Hi, I'm with Milestone Systems. In this video, I'll show you how to quickly and easily find relevant video sequences and export them from Xprotect Go. This is obviously very important if you need to produce evidence of an incident that your cameras have recorded. I'm going to assume that you're familiar with the main functions of the Xprotect Smart Client. If you're not, I'd recommend that you first have a look at the general Smart Client introduction video that you can find in the Xprotect Go area of Milestone's website. Before we can export video from the system, we first need to find the relevant video sequences. This is a task that, especially in the past, used to be very tedious, and in many older analog CCTV systems, it was next to impossible. Luckily, Xprotect includes a number of powerful tools that make it much easier and faster to find what you need. So, let's not waste any time. If you've seen the Smart Client overview video, you'll know there are 3 tabs in the Smart Client. In this video, we will only use the Playback tab, which you can see here. Also in the Smart Client intro video, you'll have seen how the timeline and the time navigator can give you an overview of your recorded material so you can locate and investigate specific sequences. Now I want to show you another great tool called the Sequence Explorer. The Sequence Explorer gives you an unparalleled overview of your recordings and will really help you quickly find what you're looking for. The Sequence Explorer can be launched from a control pane, both in live mode and playback mode. And you can choose to view sequences from a single camera or all cameras in a view. So let's launch the Sequence Explorer for the current view. The Sequence Explorer appears as a new window on top of the actual Smart Client application. You can also move it to a second monitor if available. The Sequence Explorer has 3 main areas: the thumbnail view that shows all of the available video sequences, the player that lets you play back any of the sequences, and the selection area that lets you control which cameras you want to include in the Explorer view. The video sequences in the thumbnail view are listed in chronological order, and you can easily resize the tiles to fit your particular needs and preferences. When viewing sequences from several cameras, they are shown as thumbnails with legends that tell you which cameras each sequence relates to. This means that when you're investigating an incident, you can easily navigate between the preview sequences either by using the slider or by simply dragging and throwing the thumbnails. This gives you a great overview of your recordings and makes the Sequence Explorer a huge help when tracking down specific sequences. At the bottom, you can choose which cameras you want to include in the thumbnail view. You can also choose if you want to view sequences or time intervals. When you find a sequence that you want to investigate close-up, simply click that thumbnail, and the sequence will be shown in the player on the left. When playing back the sequence, you have all the normal playback controls. Once you've identified the relevant time in that sequence, you can return to the playback mode of your full view with a simple click. This will give you all cameras in the relevant view synchronized to the time of the identified sequence that you selected in the Sequence Explorer. Another very useful tool, which isn't available in Xprotect Go but only our premium products, is Smart Search. Smart Search lets you search for motion in one of the more selected areas of recordings from a particular camera and helps you quickly find all relevant sequences where there is motion in a specified area. Okay, let's say you've located some sequences in your recorded material and you want to export the video. The first step is to define the start and stop date and times for the camera that recorded the material. You can do this either by typing in the information or using the Set button, which takes the time from the Time Navigator. Then you tell Xprotect Go which camera you want to export the video from. Xprotect Go only supports export from a single camera, while many of the premium Xprotect products supports export from multiple cameras. Once you define which sequence you want to export, you can define some additional parameters, such as whether the export should include any audio, which file format you want, whether you want to include timestamps, and if you want to use a codec, which will compress the video so it takes up less space. You can choose between any of the codecs installed on your PC, but remember that if you want to share the video with other people, make sure you pick a codec that they have, otherwise they won't be able to play back your exported video material. Xprotect Go can only export video in AVI format. Premium versions of Xprotect support a variety of formats, including JPEG and the Xprotect database format. The Xprotect database format has the advantage that the original video recordings are exported from multiple cameras without any modifications or compressions. Plus, it keeps the time synchronization between the exported cameras. Before you can do the actual export, you also need to name the file and tell where it's going to be stored on the PC. Let's put our demo export on the desktop and call it Go Demo. So now you just need to start the export. Let's take a quick look at the result. You can play back the exported material using any player that supports AVI on your PC. So let's use Microsoft's Media Player. And here's the result. Because this is a free version of our software, video exports from Xprotect Go are overlaid with the Milestone logo. You can easily get rid of that by upgrading to one of our premium products. So that's how easy it is to locate a specific video sequence and export it with Milestone Xprotect Go. We've tried to make the user interface as intuitive as possible, but if you need help, don't forget there's a very extensive built-in help function that you can access by pushing the F1 button or the question mark in the menu bar in the upper right-hand corner of the Smart Client. I hope you found this video useful, and thank you for watching.